Friends, thank you guys so much for joining me in another one of my videos. You're watching At Home with Bernice, and my name is Bernice. In today's video, I bring you another easy recipe, a traditional Mexican favorite called Chilaquiles Rojos. You can have these for breakfast, or you can also have them for dinner. Let's go ahead and start with our ingredients, and let's hope your families enjoy them. Okay, and then for my first ingredient, I'm going to start with corn tortillas. And I'm gonna do about enough for 3 to 4 people, so I'm gonna do about 12, which is a dozen corn tortillas, and you can buy these at any supermarket. They're readily available. And I'm going to cut them somewhat in bite-sized triangles like that. Okay, and then once you have your tortillas all cut up in pieces, and like I said, they're bite-sized pieces, I'm gonna start with batches, and I'm going to be frying them in hot oil. And the oil that I'm using is just vegetable oil, but you can use any type of oil, canola oil or corn oil. And the secret is to start with batches. You don't want to overflow because you want them to, crisp up. Almost like corn chips. Okay, and then you just want to fry them until they're golden brown, and continue with the rest of the batches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out on a plate which I've lined with paper towels to absorb the excess oil. And I'm going to continue with my next batch until I'm all done. Okay, and then for my next ingredients, I'm going to be using guajillo chili peppers, and what I've done is I've just removed the seeds and cleaned them out. These aren't spicy, but they do give your sauce really great flavor and color more than anything. So in order to add a little bit of spice to the chilaquiles, I'm going to use chiles de arbol. So we're gonna use these ingredients for our sauce. I'm gonna use a 1/4 of a teaspoon of oregano, a little bit of comino, salt to taste. I'm also going to use 2 cloves of garlic, 4 tomatillos verdes, and this is epazote, and you could use however much you want of epazote. If you cannot find this at your local supermarket, you can always leave out, but this is going to give it a lot of flavor. So let's go ahead and start boiling in our pot the chiles and the tomatillos. And I've already washed everything. Okay, and then we're gonna wait until this comes to a boil. I'm going to remove the tomatillos once they start turning a little bit darker green, and I'll show you what they look like when we should take them out. Okay, and then once your tomatillos start changing color, but before they pop, I'm going to be taking them out because you don't want them to actually pop in the water. Okay, and I'm going to leave the chilies cooking or boiling for another few minutes. Okay, and then once your chilies are fully hydrated, I'm just going to take them out and I'm going to blend them. And I'm going to be blending them with the 4 tomatillos, the green tomatillos that I boiled this with. And I'm just going to pour it straight into the blender. And the chiles de arbol, I forgot to mention that I actually purchased are the ones that don't have the stem. But if they do have the stem, then you want to remove that before you boil your chilies. Okay, and then I'm going to add the tomatillos in there. And I'm going to add about a cup of water. And I'm going to blend. Okay, and once your sauce is fully blended, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a small bowl and I'm going to strain my sauce. And once your sauce is fully strained, I'm just gonna go ahead and set aside for now. Okay, then I've already rinsed my blender, and to the blender I'm going to add the 2 cloves of garlic, the cumin, the salt, and the oregano. And I'm going to add about another cup of water or so. And I'm going to blend it. Okay, and then to a pan I've added a little bit of oil. And I'm going to put a few slices, thick slices of onion, just to give the oil a little bit more flavor and infuse it. Okay, and once your oil is infused with the onion, I'm going to remove the onion. And to my oil, I'm going to add the mixture that I just blended in the blender. And I'm going to simmer this just for a couple of minutes. After a couple of minutes, I'm gonna add our strained chili sauce that we made earlier. And I'm going to simmer this sauce for about 10 minutes. Okay, and then 10 minutes later, I'm going to add my epazote. And you can't have chilaquiles without epazote. And we're gonna let this simmer for another 15 minutes. Okay, and this sauce has been simmering for about 15 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my epazote. And once I've removed the epazote, I'm going to go ahead and pour my chilaquiles or my tortilla strips in the sauce. And I'm just gonna mix them in a little bit. What you wanna do is you wanna serve these pretty quickly. The longer that they sit in your sauce, the soggier that they're gonna get. So you wanna make sure you serve them pretty quickly. Okay, and I'm going to serve them alongside some fried eggs. And I'm going to add a little bit of the sauce. And to my chilaquiles, I'm going to add queso fresco. Some Salvadoran sour cream. And some thinly sliced onion. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Let's go ahead and try our chilaquiles. Mmm. Delicious. These are a definite 10 if I do say so myself. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like for more videos. Thank you guys so much for joining me. See you in the next video.